Caught on video by an eyewitness, the moment when a young journalist was shot by suspected Republican terrorists is truly shocking. 29-year-old Lyra McKee died in hospital after the shooting at the height of disturbances in Londonderry last night. Her murder has been condemned on both sides of Northern Ireland's political divide and by Theresa May, who called it shocking and senseless. Lyra's partner, Sarah Canning, told a vigil, "Our hopes and dreams and all of her amazing potential was snuffed out by this single barbaric act." Our correspondent Peter Smith is in Londonderry. Peter.
Rioting in the Cregan estate. A book of condolences has now been opened in the Guildhall in this city. People from across the community coming to remember Lyra McKee. If the gunman who shot her believed he had any political objective, the one thing he has achieved is uniting people in condemning a senseless act of terrorism. The violence began after dark on Londonderry's Cregan estate last night. Around 50 petrol bombs were thrown at police. Several armoured vehicles in flames. This was a response to police raids on houses here, looking for weapons and ammunition they feared would be used by dissident Republicans this weekend. Groups of teenagers were seen throwing missiles. Then a gunman crouched and opened fire. From another angle, others didn't realise what tragedy was unfolding. Lyra McKee had been standing beside a police Land Rover when she was shot in the head. The police officers drove her to hospital, but doctors could not save her life. Lyra was 29 and a journalist, killed while doing her job. Police are now hunting not only the man who pulled the trigger, but the army of dissident Republicans behind him, the new IRA, who put the gun in his hand.
We have now launched a murder inquiry here in the city. We believe this to be a terrorist act. We believe it's been carried out by violent dissident Republicans.
Lyra was an award-winning journalist from Belfast. She was reporting from the rioting last night. This, her last tweet, described absolute madness. Today, her partner Sarah bravely spoke at a vigil just yards from where the gun was fired.
The senseless murder of Lyra McKee has left a family without a beloved daughter, a sister, an aunt and a great-aunt. Our hopes and dreams and all of her amazing potential was snuffed out by a single barbaric act. This cannot stand. Lyra's death must not be in vain, because her life was a shining light in everyone else's life, and her legacy will live on in the light that she's left behind.
Then a significant moment for Northern Ireland. Arlene Foster, leader of the Protestant Unionist DUP, came to the Catholic nationalist Cregan estate.
Your pain is my pain. It doesn't matter whether you're a Catholic or a Protestant, whether you identify as Irish or British.
Lyra's friends came to the vigil, to the site where she was killed, and spoke of their loss.
She was the nicest person you will ever meet in your life. And people say that about people when they die, but Lyra genuinely was an absolutely beautiful soul of a person.
Lyra McKee's loved ones are determined her death will not be in vain, and it is already uniting both sides of this country's political divide in calling for an end once and for all to the violence. Peter Smith, ITV News, Londonderry.
Lyra McKee was a journalist whose talent first caught attention when she wrote about growing up gay in Belfast. She once described her homeland as a place full of darkness and mysteries, which she loved and hated in equal measure. She is only the second journalist to be murdered in the province.